Mandalorians arguably have the most interesting and complex society in the Star Wars universe. Their culture is diverse, and their warrior traditions are known throughout the galaxy. They are feared and well respected from the Outer Rim to the Inner Worlds. Anyone can be a Mandalorian. All they must do is follow the creed, live and train like a Mandalorian, so long as one faction or another accepts them, and they usually do. Warning to the wise, the faction inducted into may not follow the same creed as others. Today on Star Wars Fanatic. It's true, the Mandalorian culture is diverse, but they are also notorious for creating rival factions. So you want to continue the warrior ways of the past? Well, we are creating a new way of pacifism, and all of them seem to be at war with one another at some point. Even if not in a faction, the individual clans were often at odds with each other. That is the Mandalorian way, to a fault. The True Mandalorians, led by Jaster, Mereel, then Jango Fett, were warriors first and foremost. However, Jaster didn't think it was honorable to continue the ways of the past. He saw plundering and conquering as disgraceful, and that Mandalorians should not engage in that sort of activity. He created the Super Commando Codex as a way of steering Mandalorian warriors to more honorable professions while holding their warrior traditions. He said bounty hunting, private security, and mercenary work as some of the more honorable professions that Mandalorians could get into and make a decent living at. Jaster was elevated to Mandalore and considered the leader of the Mandalorian people, but there was a problem. Death Watch didn't agree. Founded by its leader, Tor Vizsla, Death Watch intended to return Mandalorians to the old ways of the warrior traditions. Conquering and claiming worlds was among their priorities. They declared war on anyone who opposed that idea. That included the True Mandalorians. Eventually, with the aid of the Jedi, Death Watch was successful at killing all but one member of the True Mandalorians, Jango Fett. The Death Watch then set its sights on the pacifist group, the New Mandalorians. The New Mandalorians were the pacifists that took control of Mandalorian society while the Death Watch and True Mandalorians were at war. The New Mandalorians then exiled anyone who wanted to continue the old warrior ways to the moon of Concordia. Led by Duchess Satin Kryze, Mandalore was in a time of prosperity. The Galactic Republic was not interfering with their society, and they were left independent to self-govern. The Jedi were a little more skeptical, as Jedi and Mandalorians had been enemies since the leader Mandalore the Great. But the pacifist New Mandalorians were going to prove those old traditions were gone. Eventually, Death Watch caught up to them and took control with the help of the former Sith Lord Darth Maul and his brother Savage Opress. Duchess Satin was executed in front of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Death Watch took over. During Maul's reign of Mandalore, with a puppet government and led by Prime Minister Almec, the Death Watch split into other factions. One of those was the Nite Owls, led by Bo-Katan Kryze, the sister of the murdered Duchess Satin Kryze. Their goal was to take control of Mandalore from Maul and his followers. The Nite Owls still held on to some of the ideals of the Death Watch, but reformed them into a Mandalore-first concept. Conquering was no longer a priority, as Mandalore was being ruled by an Aruedi, or outsider. Outsiders were often Mandalorians, but Maul wasn't trained Mandalorian and didn't take a creed. He was just an ally of Death Watch at one time and needed to be relieved of his command. After Maul was relieved from power by the Nite Owls, with the help of Ahsoka Tano and a branch of clones from Anakin Skywalker's 501st Legion, the Nite Owls were the highest-ranking class on Mandalore. When Sabine Wren gave Bo-Katan the Darksaber, that made Bo-Katan the Mandalore. She then lost it during the Imperial Purge of Mandalore. The Nite Owl's intent is to get the Darksaber back and put Bo-Katan back as the leader. Another splinter group is the Children of the Watch. Little is known about this faction. They are led by a female known only as the Armorer. Din Djarin and Paz Vizsla are members of the faction as well. They are described as religious zealots that want to return the way of Mandalore. They are extremists in their beliefs and carry a policy that dictates that a Mandalorian can never remove their helmet around anyone. Otherwise, they can never put the helmet back on. After the Imperial Purge of Mandalore, the Children of the Watch have remained hidden but were recently discovered by the Empire and almost wiped out. Din Djarin and the Armorer are the only known survivors, but there are speculations that others have made it out alive. Okay, so that's the first video on my list of factions in the Mandalorian society. I know I didn't break these factions down by house or clan, but that would take a long time, and I'm sure you don't want to sit here for an hour video. Maybe another video I can do that. The point of this video is just to show that Mandalorians are always at odds with each other. Each faction considers their faction the only way, and all others are pretenders in the Mandalorian armor. New Mandalorians peacefully took over while Death Watch and the True Mandalorians were distracted and cast out all the warriors. Death Watch took over with the help of Maul and his brother. The True Mandalorians were all wiped out, other than Jango Fett, and now presumably Boba Fett. The Nite Owls have become a small group after the Imperial Purge of Mandalore, and the Children of the Watch have taken a catastrophic loss when the Empire discovered their location. So here are a few of my thoughts on where the Mandalorian series should go. With this series, I'm hoping Mandalorians unite but don't lose too much of their identity. I would like to see them more in line with the true Mandalorian ideals. Keep their warrior culture, but focus on a united Mandalore. I don't think Bo-Katan is right to lead it though. I'm going to stick to my guns and say it should be Boba Fett as Mandalore, while indoctrinating Cobb Vanth and Fennec Shand into the Mandalorian culture. I think Din Djarin would be a good lieutenant, and so would Bo-Katan, but I don't think she would go for that, and may create yet another faction to go against them. However, the more I rewatch Season 2 of The Mandalorian, it seems more and more like an Excalibur thing going on. Din Djarin pulled the sword from the stone, i.e., he won it in battle from Moff Gideon. The writers may abandon the rest of Boba Fett's Legends material and give the whole thing to Din Djarin. I'm okay with that as well, as long as Boba isn't wasted on being some crime lord. Anyways, I got off topic there. If you're new to the channel or just want to join the best Mandalorian faction around, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on all my Mandalorian and general Star Wars topics and discussions. Also, hit the like button to show the love for what I do here, and share the video with some friends. Let's see how high we can take this channel. Also, channel memberships are live, and for a little extra a month, you can gain a lot from my channel. All proceeds go to making this channel even better. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way. The only way.